You guys kick ass.
Woo! Well, I'll tell you what, we're on a well-placed phone call has qualified you for the trimmer, blower, and mower from Bartlett Small Engines.
Oh, I need to mow some grass.
It wouldn't hurt to smoke a little, too. Do you need a fat bowl, Danny, after the day you had yesterday?
Oh, yes. All the wine did was give me a worse headache.
Oh, no.
Yes. So, a lot of you may or may not know about Willie, my 13-year-old dog who fell and hurt his back in January and ended up pretty much paralyzed. He's in a wheelchair.
Right.
And we had just gotten a puppy for Christmas for the two girls. I have an 8 and 6-year-old daughters. And I realized today that, this morning pretty much, that I never had a dog growing up. I never had a dog. Willie, the wheelchair dog, is my first dog ever, and he's still alive. And, my husband pretty much hijacked Willie, but I would say he's pretty much our dog. But on Saturday, Louie, the little puppy, who's only 10 months old, we've had him for 6. He was a digger, and I think we covered up 30 holes in the backyard. Like, I've never experienced that with a dog that likes to get out and go explore.
It'd drive you crazy.
And he'd always come back. But he didn't come back on Saturday, and me and the 8-year-old are screaming his name, and I'm like, oh, let me go get my phone. I know, yeah. So there it is. It's ringing, and I can just tell by the phone number that this is it.
Or was it just a random phone number or somebody you knew?
Well, have you noticed in the last few days, not to get off subject, but people's names are coming up on your phone that aren't in your phone?
Nobody's called me that's not in my phone.
Okay. Well, this has happened. So her name actually showed up, but I knew it was not someone I knew.
Right.
And she said, do you have a dog named Louie? And I said, yes, we're actually out looking for him. She said, well, I have him. And I said, okay. And she said, I hit him with my car. And I said, is he okay? And she said, no, he's not.
Oh, no.
So I screamed to the carpenter. She's over here in the street behind us. So he goes and gets the dog, and then everybody's hysterical. And we handled it incorrectly because in the moment you're just kind of hysterical.
Right.
Well, I get in the car to go find him. I didn't think he had his phone with him. And now I'm going through the house looking for my purse. Well, he's already called me 6 times, but the damn Bluetooth in the car is picking it up. So I don't know it.
Oh, no.
So by the time I get back to him, he's just pissed. Like, we didn't do the phone. You know how it is.
Yeah, I do. Oh, it's tough.
So I find the emergency vet place to go to off Trinity, and he heads that way. And then I head that way with the kids because can't leave them at home. I don't know what we were thinking. We were just going.
Right.
So I call and tell them they don't let you inside, which I wouldn't either. COVID or not COVID. It was busy. It was slammed. It took an hour and a half to get the dog in.
Oh, man. So
for an hour and a half, by the way, the minivan rocks because we just laid on the back of the minivan with the dog and pet him. And he was, you could tell he wasn't whimpering, and he was conscious, but not, it seemed like in pain. Something wrong.
He wasn't happy at all.
Couldn't move his back end at all. And then there was a little bit of bloating going on. Well, finally I called him and I said, look, I understand that you're getting the dogs in here that are bleeding and dying. Mine's, I don't know. It was hit by a car. It could be in some internal damage going on here. So they were nice. They came out and they looked him over and they said, after 7 hours in the minivan, sitting outside the hospital with 2 kids,
Ooh.
No one complained, by the way. The minivan rocks.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll take a small win in the middle of a big loss.
They tell us that according to x-rays, the pelvis is broken and so is the back leg. And they can do surgery and everything's going to be fine. He's a puppy. Okay.
All right.
Through that 7 hours, though, I was preparing that we may have to put the dog down.
Right.
And so there's a lot of emotions going up and down and up and down. So that's how I had left it with the 2 kids yesterday. But we got a text.
So hold on. As of Saturday, they were going to look him over, give him the observation thing, and then possibly perform a surgery to fix him up.
Yes, yesterday. That's when the surgeons were going to take over.
Okay. So that then all day Sunday he was at the vet, and then yesterday what happened?
You and I were standing here, and 8:30 I got a text that the surgeon says there's nothing they can do for him. So we haven't told the kids yet.
And that was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
So now Louis gone.
Yes, Louis is gone. So yeah, they couldn't do anything. So I just never had to do that to a pet. I've never had a pet. I mean, I got Willie, but Willie's still alive. I never knew. See,
Right.
I thought I'd be okay with this, but oh man, yesterday was hell. So we, the kids, we had to stay at my in-laws because we were like, okay, we have to get ourselves together. My kids can't walk in and see me like this. I mean, this is a
Yeah.
disgrace.
Well, I mean, it would influence them to go crazy. You still hadn't told.
No.
901-535-9898. If you have any suggestions on how Danni can break the news.
And the 8-year-old said that she would be okay with Louis dying under one condition, and it's not to get a new puppy. You won't believe what she wants to do.
That's coming up next on the Max.
Good morning, Scotty. Can you hear us? Can you hear me, Scotty? Scotty, I'm going to say, see you next Tuesday. You reply with, ha ha.
Or I don't get it. Get a phone call. 98.1 the Max.
How to break the news of the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh,
That's a decent idea. You watch the movie before you tell them or after, or tell them right in the middle of the movie?
Watch the movie and then tell them at the moment when it's appropriate.
You're just going to ruin that movie.
I mean, my kids are going to look at me like I'm just going to be bawling baby through the whole thing. But I think it's a good idea. So thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Y'all have a great day.
You too, buddy.
Bye.
What's going on over here? Can you see? Oh, y'all can't see.
Did you say anything else that was interesting?
What do you mean?
Just going to leave it as appropriate. Callers were low today. I didn't have the pot turned up high enough. That has been remedied.
That has been remedied. Oh, I need that text ready, don't I?
Need to get to the zip whip. 98.1 the Max. Good morning.
Hey,
Hey there.
on the, telling the kids about the dog thing,
Okay. What's on your mind?
just come out and tell them.
That's simple.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Let them know, let them see you get upset about it, that it's going to be okay. You feel the same thing they're feeling.
Right on.
I say this, huh? I say this, and I don't mean to be cruel about it, but this is kind of like a life lesson. They're going to have family members to die. You might as well, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay to show them that you're crying about it too. I want to tell you, when our first dog died, one of the kids was a baby, and the other one was about 10. And I went, hey, we didn't speak for a week. We couldn't stop crying. We had a dog named Cassie that can dig. She can dig a hole in 10 seconds. I mean, she can bury you in 10 seconds. She can dig that fast. She got out from under the fence 5 minutes later. Before I even knew she was out from under the fence, she got hit by a car. And I was the only one at home. So you want to talk about the guilt trip? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had the guilt trip too. Mine? Patricia. Bye.
Because I've tested it when I muted it and then I unmuted it. Why would echo?
Is it because this is an auxiliary? Hello? Hello? No. Q, maybe Q and everything else is in auxiliary. I don't know. No, I don't know.
No, I mean, it's fine. What's that fire engine doing? Got a fire engine out here. Scotty said get the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven too.
Tell them that the kids have to.
How much of this do you want to run?
It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Turn the echo off. It's making me crazy. Sorry, gang.
No, that's it. That's the call. Isn't it?
It's still echoing when we talk. Danny's 10-month-old puppy, Louie, was run over by a car over the weekend, and Danny is currently dealing with that in her house.
Yeah, it's terrible. I didn't know I'd be like this, but I also didn't realize I had never had to go through this. Why do people keep getting dogs? I don't want to do this again.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is really tough. And I'd only had him in my life for 6 months. So I thought I was upset for the kids the whole time. Holy moly. No, I was a basket case. So was my husband. He dug the hole yesterday and went and got him. And I said, we got to tell the kids. And we put it off because him and I were just a disaster yesterday. And don't get me wrong, they know we were upset about it, but I mean, like I was
yeah.
And I went to Hobby Lobby to get these to see if they had this picture. We were walking through there a few months ago, and there's a picture of a dog, and both my kids were like, "Oh, that looks like Louie." no, you can't have it. So I went yesterday to see if it was still there.
Was it?
Yes, I got them each the picture, and then I go to check out. Oh my God, Corey. The lady's name on her name tag at Hobby Lobby was Louise. Louise. And then we spell Louis Louie. I just lose it.
Oh,
And she's
no.
looking at me like, so then I just feel like I need to tell her.
Right, well, yeah. I mean, I feel like you need to explain why you're bawling crying in her register.
And she was so sweet because I'd bought all this other 4th of July stuff that I don't need. I was just buying stuff to make me feel better.
Right.
She was like, it's okay, honey. You keep that receipt and you bring back anything you need to, okay?
Oh.
But Carl, the carpenter, said the same thing. He said he went to the liquor store and he told them too. I don't know why you feel like you have to tell people that you had to bury your dog. Tell everybody but the kids. I'm telling the entire radio audience. I hope they're not in the car right now. That's why I kind of want to hurry it up because
I love it that you deal with it at Hobby Lobby and he deals with it at the liquor store. 901-535-9898. Good morning.
How to break the news over the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven?
yeah,
All dogs go to heaven. Yeah.
that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I haven't. We're got to tell the kids today. How do we do it? I don't think I'd make it through the movie though.
No,
It's a great suggestion, but I mean, I would just be like,
Good morning, Patricia. What do you think?
I say this, and I don't mean to be cruel about it, but this is kind of like a life lesson. They're going to have family members to die.
Yeah.
my husband said the exact same thing. This is a good stepping stone to, because we have all 4 of our grandparents. They do.
Yeah.
And, nobody
Wants it,
think-
but it's going to happen. I mean,
Yeah, two sets are 70, the other set's 80. Yeah, it's bound to happen. And yeah, I'm all about it, and I think they're going to be fine. I know they're okay. I just know that initial hour
it's going to be tough.
especially if I'm a grown ass woman and I can't handle this.
I had a German Shepherd one time that got heartworms. This is how I found out heartworms was a thing. Duke was his name. He was gorgeous. He was supposed to be a police dog, but he was basically too big a wimp, so he didn't make the force. So he got all the training, but couldn't pass the test because he wasn't aggressive enough. And so we had him for 3 years or 4 years, and he was 10 years old. Oh, he was great dog. God, he was smarter than I am. And I come home from work one day and he was laying on the floor in the same place he was when I went to work that day.
Oh no.
And I was like, well, something's not right there. So I give him a little love and he wags his tail and gives me a little this. Then he comes and gets on the couch with me. And I'm like, well, he's all right. Maybe he's just, got a little bug or something. He's just tired. Maybe I'm thinking this through. Then he goes back to that spot by his food bowl. I get up the next morning, he's still there. And to my knowledge, he hadn't gone to the bathroom since I left for work yesterday. So I called in and said, I got to take my dog to the vet. I don't know what's wrong. So I took him to the vet and they've done the heart work test. And they're like, yeah, he's eat up. And I'm like, what can we do? And they give me all this medicine, shots. And so long story short, he was so eat up with heartworms, they could kill him and he would be fine. But the carcasses, so to speak, of the heartworms would stay in his heart. So he'd just be running around all happy and then just fall over dead. Now, to get there, I had to pay $3,500 that I didn't have. So, I mean, it was $3,500 to keep him or $350 to not keep him. And I didn't even have the $350. Had to call my dad and ask for that.
We discussed this, my husband and I, how we always have, I've had boyfriends put their dogs down and stuff and being younger with friends. And it's amazing what you'll do for a dog depending on what you can afford.
Yeah. I mean, you really want to keep them. I mean, as much as you can. And when I put Duke in the car and we were driving to the vet, he looked at me like he knew what was going on. He looked at me like, you son of a bitch.
I'm glad we didn't have to make that decision. That's a decision I don't want to ever make.
And I remember Justin was 8 or 9. Dude, he cried for a week.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Look, Justin was real sensitive though. I mean, he was a real sensitive kid. And he cried for a week and it was tough, man. But now he has cats, not dogs.
I don't blame him. I don't want to do this again. Now, I will say though, when we were in that minivan, waiting on the vet for 7 hours to decide, to find out what happened, the 8-year-old just kind of came around and said, Mom, I will be okay with this situation under one condition. And It is the most outrageous thing I've ever heard in my life. I can't believe it was in her head. I'm going to tell you about that, and we'll do Morning Wood next.
Zip whip.
Hey, I just wanted to don't turn on the radio. Don't turn me on when you guys get in the car because we're talking about it. Okay. Okay. Thanks. All right, y'all have fun. All right, bye-bye. So I just called my mother-in-law because she's got the kids and she's taking them to vacation Bible school.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, don't turn on the radio because we're talking about it, right?
Right.
She goes, oh, don't worry about it. I don't listen to your station. Fine, then.
She's like, I don't want to hear anything you have to say at any time. I have learned my lesson.
Yes. And guess what? In the background, I just heard, I was like, better you than me. Oh, what a dog days of summer.
Oh, man, the ding dong dog day.
Yeah, I don't want to do this again. Why do people keep getting dogs?
Because it adds so much joy to your life.
No, I think by the time you forget.
Right?
It's like why women keep giving birth.
Or they keep getting men. While women that are single.
We love to be hurt.
Just love misery. Bitches love misery.
Yeah, we do. And we love it so much, we want you to be miserable.
We want you to experience it as well. We love misery and sharing.
I hadn't ugly cried like that in a long time.
It's been at least a month.
Right? No, yeah, it's been a shitty year.
It's all right, man. It's gonna get better. It's the curse of country Corey wears off. It'll get better.
Comes in threes, though, doesn't it?
What?
It's coming threes.
Deaths. I mean, yeah, I guess.
I feel like that we've had more than three.
Right? I mean, it's like everybody's dying. Like even Avery the other day was like, "What's up with all my friends' grandparents dying all of a sudden?" She's like, "All of a sudden my phone's blowing up. People are like, why am I the official my grandparents did? I'm turning to you."
Are more people dying, or are we more aware of it and we have more access to share it? Or are you the one that told me because of Facebook? Like, I feel like every time I open up Facebook, if somebody's parent has died or
something's going on. I think that's what it is. It's usually the ambiguous pray for us.
Right.
Okay, tell me why I'm praying, because if I'm praying for you because you're out of cocaine, I'm not praying for that.
Where did that come from?
It's just all the people that unspoken prayer requests. No, before I pray for you, I need to know what I'm praying for. A, I'm nosy, and B, I just roll that.
So, but somebody, I thought it was you. Somebody said that the algorithm knows that I'll look at that stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah.
so now it just all comes up in my feed.
Yeah, you might be right. That sounds like something I would say. I'm about to play a song.
Oh, perfect. We on time?
Mm-hmm.
Did you move a song or something?
Hmm?
Did you find a 3-minute song or something?
No, it was.
I was there. Yeah, well, I woke up this morning.
The program director just knew we needed a 3-minute song there. Yeah.
I woke up, my eyes were swollen shut, and I couldn't see. I was like,
I
"This
real
is
goopy when I woke up this morning."
yeah." I mean, I had to take.
I wasn't crying, but
Well, maybe they're just like allergies or something. Because I had to take my contacts out. I was like, this isn't good. I can't drive, and
Right? Be all goopy.
I got an eye appointment. I might as well just get new glasses. Do you ever wear glasses?
What?
Do you ever wear glasses?
Nope.
They make me nauseous.
I've never had to wear glasses.
I mean, look how little Corey looks. I'm all tall. I'm squishing your head.
If you can catch it.
Do I have time to go? Do I have time to go downstairs real quick?
Yeah.
Did I miss it?
Nope. There you go. That's even better.
I don't know. My knees are too old for that. Oh, you use a lot of core there.
You know.
Oh, there's things.
Some core action.
Yeah, right there.
On.
That hurt you too?
Little core action going on.
Oh my God. Why? Because you got to stay straight, I guess.
God, what am I going to walk home into today?
You're on Facebook Live.
Is it on?
Yeah. I might cut it after Morning Wood. What do we got coming up in the 8 o'clock hour?
The lie that is my lie.
Oh, do you want me to see if we can get that dude on the phone?
That dude, your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do that in the, I don't know, I guess we can do it in the first break. And see if we get any bites on it. I'd much rather. Yeah, let's do it in the second break. See if we can. That way, if we don't get any bites, we've still got something there. So it'll be 8:40, I guess. We got a tease ready.
A lie. Are we doing? Oh yeah, we're doing Julio. That's right. Let me get the text message.
Watch the world die.
Danny's puppy got hit by a car on Saturday. She spent 7 hours with her daughters in the vet parking lot, only to find out yesterday that the poor thing has to be put down. And your 8-year-old had an odd request.
Yeah, we're sitting there in that 7 hours, and she's going back and forth like her mom.
Like they know this is a possibility, but they don't know it's actually happened yet, right?
Correct.
Okay.
We will tell him today that he did not make it. But Saturday, we were, emotions are going up and down.
Yeah.
And she says to me, Mom, you know what? I think I'm okay if Louis dies, as long as we can stuff him.
What? Stuff him? Like a deer head? Like a fish?
Yeah.
That's morbidly cute.
So I Googled it, and you can have this done. You can. Well, if you think about it, though, is it really that weird? And you go into a house where a guy shoots a cheetah, and he's got a full-grown cheetah just burr.
Yeah, he does. But he shot him. That's a trophy.
Well, your dog isn't a trophy. You can't. I don't think it's that.
I think it's morbid. I think it's weird. And here's.
The carpenter caught this one on the leg. It was 14 pounds. We got a 14 point, and then here's our.
Well, you want to hear something even
that we can't.
You want to hear something creepier? You can also get it made like plush stuff, like cuddling.
Like you could cuddle it?
Yes.
Oh my no! Tell me that's not really a thing.
That's a thing, man.
Wow.
You want to take that phone call?
I do. I want to so bad. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I love this. Hi, Max. What's your name?
Thing, man.
So I know you were talking about having Danny's dog stuff. They do actually make stuffed animals instead of stuffed an actual pet.
Okay, so it's a stuffed animal that replaces him, or they actually stuff him?
So what they do is they have you send a picture of the pet, and they'll make you a stuffed animal instead of stuffing the pet.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was like they took their bones out.
No, they do. They do. She's telling me a different option.
Oh, there's another option?
Yeah. I like her option.
Wow. What's your name?
Christina.
Christina, have you ever had that done?
I thought about it, but at the same time, I was like, I think I just need to kind of move past it. But if you have kids, it's different because then they always have him.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Christina. It's good to hear from you.
It is. Thank you. That's a cute idea. Now, I'm not getting Granny stuffed into a,
Get grandma.
How creepy would that be? All right.
Ridiculous.
So, so I'm having a hard time. Like, I'm like, okay, the 8-year-old wants this. Like, why not? I don't think it's weird. So I text the carpenter, can we stuff him? Here is the reply that I get. Are you serious?
Absolutely reasonable first question.
If you went to someone's house and had a dead pet stuffed, how long would it take for you to call everyone you know to tell them about the crazy person you just met? That ain't cheap, and frankly, it seems morbid to keep a dead pet around. That was suggested by an 8-year-old. Her brain is not fully developed. I'm not trying to be mean, but I think that sounds insane. I'm over here like, and when you think about stuffing him, and he's like, are
you serious?
Like, you're kidding, right? I wasn't, but maybe I am now.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's get some morning wood.
Mornings on the max with your morning wood.
Which Morning Wood headline is the actual headline for today? And thank you, first of all, for all of you that called in and texted and gave me advice. And I'll give you a full report tomorrow. Your headlines. Would an 81-year-old man drive his car through the door of a nursing home to rescue his wife of 54 years?
Would a woman called the Queen of Amazon get at least 25 packages a day?
Or would scientists claim humans can regenerate body parts?
901-535-9898. If you get the correct headline, you will win tickets to a show. The Fast Mothers are performing June 12th at Rock House Live in Memphis, and you'll win tickets to that show.
I should have said, would scientists claim humans can regenerate body parts or just stuff them?
98.1 The Max. What's your name? I'm sorry, what's your name?
Scott.
Scott, what's going on, brother?
Not much.
Which one of those Morning Wood headlines is the real headline?
The first one.
An 81-year-old man driving